Hey guys, gals, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to Base Race. That sounds very sexy, doesn't it? Radio voice. But yes, I have completed my build just a little bit ago. I finished it up, so I thought perhaps by the way, if you notice me derping a little bit, I have purchased a new keyboard due to an incident with my old keyboard that was from cleaning it because I took it apart and now I can't get it back together. Ha ha ha, cheap keyboards. But anyways, my new keyboard and I, shut up, Cave. My new keyboard and I are going to take you on a magical, wonderful, mysterious tour to my base race build. Yes, I have actually finished it, as I mentioned, and it's very nice. I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm mostly happy with it. Obviously, I wish I could do a little bit more. Sorry, pigs. You must die so that I may live. Ooh, we jumped 3. Nice. But come along this way. We shall venture off into a wonderful, wonderful new land that you've actually seen before. I mentioned, I think it was episode 3 or 4. I came across a certain point and I'm like, oh, this would look really nice. This would look really nice if I built here. And that's exactly where I've built. So it's just so, don't want to show it all off yet. I gotta figure out a way to get around this mountain so I don't necessarily spoil the whole surprise. I didn't realize I would see it so far away. It's quite a large build. Hi, sheep. How you doing? But it has taken me a little bit of time. I'm going to kind of crab walk over here just so I don't spoil it, and it's becoming nighttime. It's excellent. It just means that it'll look really nice in the lights. So here we are. Okay, we're getting pretty close. There's the torches. And okay, so gonna have to hop on up here. Are you ready? Yes, boom. Oh, get up here. Boom, there it is. F1 that. Yay, look at all this. Looks so nice. Let's see if I can maybe kind of jump over here, get a better look from the top of this mountain. Hit. A little bit of parkouring. There we go. Oh, I missed it. I know what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing. All right. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we're up here, and boom. Oh, screenshot. There we go. New keyboard. New things to mess around with. But there it is. That is my build. That is the whole thing. Now, this part down here isn't actually part of the build. It's just a staircase I made to get up to the bridge part, because otherwise I have no way to access it, because I didn't really think about this before I built it. But I did build it over the water. And I'll go ahead and start dismantling this as soon as I can. Safely do so. So, well, if I ever need to rebuild it, I know how to rebuild it. So, hup, jump on over. And hooray, now we're super floating. We were floating before, but now we're really floating. So the theme was floating, and I chose to build a floating chunk of land that had been kind of ripped away from the rest of the world. And this part here, this is supposed to be like a bridge. So you can see this is a chunk of the bridge that's floating, and it was connected to this part of the bridge, but that's no longer the case. And now we've got these weird floaty things over here. Like, no, I don't know what we call them. It's a technical term for what they are, but I don't know what it is. But this is a bridge, and this is kind of the little spans here. And it's kind of collapsed, but you can see it's supposed to be like it's the broken bridge, and there's the banners that I was supposed to have in here. So every block that was required for the build is in this build, plus every additional block that was available is also in this build. I didn't use like every single block, but every one didn't have to, but every block type that I could fit into this is in this. So here, this is my little pond of happiness and tranquility. And I have a boat, of course. Boat. Need to have a boat. And we've got ourselves some bushes and lots of roses, peonies, oxeyes, all the wonderful things that make a wonderful garden. Now this bad boy over here. I think I mentioned in one of my episodes that I kind of wanted to have the idea of it being a chain. And this is the chain link. Let's see if I can get a good view of it from somewhere, maybe back here. But this is the chain link. And I can't really, maybe back here. See if I can get a good look. So there's more decoration around the backside here. So you can see that's a chain link, and the chain is broken on the bottom, so it's snapped away from the rest of the land, wherever the rest of that chain is. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough materials to actually build a second chain. That was kind of the goal, was to build another chain link somewhere, just to kind of give you the idea that it was chained to something. But I just didn't have the materials to do it the way I wanted to, so I just came up with one, and I think that will be good enough. So pathway, of course, got some gravel, some cobble, got a little bit of stone slab, and that's because I had some extra stone slabs over I wanted to use. And stairs, cobble, sunflowers, of course. So here is the actual tower. Now the tower is made completely out of quartz, and it's got a very nice pattern to it. It's supposed to be kind of a regal tower. Short tower, but a regal one nonetheless, because I didn't want to build one that was too high. I would have way too much empty space in there. I know this looks a little stubby, but I still like it. So you can see I've got the chiseled quartz blocks here, kind of a pattern, a little bit, make it look fancier. And these little spires kind of go up and up and up. So the front door, right over here, and this is where all the gold, redstone, iron blocks, all of it went into the flooring here, and also all the sandstone is right here. So basically these are kind of the fancy blocks, and I just wanted to make a pattern out of them. That was the intention in the first place. I was always going to intend to use all these blocks, the lapis, redstone, iron, gold, whatnot. That was always going to be used for the flooring. That was always what I was thinking when I saw those blocks and how few I had number-wise. I figured, I may as well make a pattern on the floor out of them. It's the easiest way to do it. And then, of course, get some more stone slabs up here. These are the stone blocks that I ended up using, turning into slabs. Of course, that is completely within the rules, because you can use slabs and stairs. There are no stone stairs. But this is kind of an interesting little chandelier sculpture I made with some levers, a couple of redstone lamps, and some glass in here just to get the glass. I didn't have a place to put the glass at first, so I decided to kind of suspend it in between each of the redstone lamps with a little bit of a signpost. And of course you come on up here, and those dark oak planks got turned into dark oak slabs for the top of my castle, or top of my tower. It offers a really nice view all around. You can see all the very nice sights to see. There's nothing really over here, but I like the mountains over here. That's kind of why I built this in this spot, was the view from here is excellent. And the stairs kind of do a weird, windy, twisty thing that I had to maneuver around, because otherwise I kept running into problems trying to get up the stairs. So coming on down here, down the ladders, those are all of the oak logs, the dark oak logs, and very serendipitously, I had a 8-block gap from here to here, so actually it perfectly fit all of the oak logs I needed to get in the build, which is nice. Now this is kind of a main room area. I've got some paintings up, obviously as decoration. Now over here would be an enchantment table, if I could put one in there due to the rules, but I can't. I checked. There's no rule that says, hey, enchantment tables are allowed, but one would go there if that's the case. There's my cauldron with water inside of it. We've got an apple and an item frame for absolutely no reason other than I think it looks nice. The diorite, I was going to actually use the diorite in the walls originally to kind of weather it, but I decided when I built that first, when I built the tower first, I kind of decided I liked it the way it was, and decided instead to use these down here as a little bit of a buffer between the quartz in the ceiling and the quartz in the walls. So you can see I've got a chiseled quartz pattern along the wall here just to break it up a little bit. Some chiseled quartz in the ceiling along with some slabs, some more of the stone bricks, some andesite, polished andesite is all in the ceiling here. And see what else I've got. Oh yeah, the coal blocks are in the ceiling here just to just again break up the white coloring all over the place here. It's too much white from the quartz. So the floor is a combination of birch and some redstone lamps, and of course the remaining dark oak. And then I've got down here a hallway, and you can see there's some magenta wool down here, and I've got some off redstone lamps. I just like the patterning on the redstone lamps. I think it looked nice. And then some lit redstone lamps in the ceiling. So that's 4 of the magenta wool, and the other 4 are in this chest room. Just a nice, simple little pattern. Just put them in the corners and put some redstone lamps around them. Same kind of design on the floor, and then obviously we've just got chests that would be filled with all kinds of crap eventually. Most of them are empty now. Put some trap chests in here. I didn't put any here because I didn't know if they were allowed, but I suppose they are. I just didn't have the resources and the time to get a trap chest set together there. But really, that's about it. I mean, I've got all the things in my build. It's not the fanciest build. It's not the best build, but given the materials that I had, I think it's a pretty good build. I'm quite pleased with how the tower turned out, especially. I think this is a style that I really like, and I've never had to use the chiseled quartz and quartz in such large volumes before. So I think I'm gonna try that in the future on a different build. I do like how it kind of looks like it's tiered. That was absolutely a design element I was going for. Oh, and I should mention that the fires are not going out because that is where all the netherrack is. So you can see kind of the netherrack is down there. It's just on fire. So I did incorporate it into the build as well. But yeah, and there's also some loose polished andesite in the bridge. That's why it's not all on the ceiling up there. Some of it's in the bridge, along with some of the stone and the gravel, just to kind of give it a little bit of a weathered and worn and beaten texture. I thought that would look really nice. But really, that's about it. This whole build took me the better part, I'd say, of about 6 to 8 hours game time maybe to finish. I didn't keep track of the time, but it did take me quite a long time. I spent a huge amount of time this past weekend trying to get it all together, getting the basics down. Doing the entire island here took probably the most amount of time because I had to build it starting from maybe like a little bit of a core over here, and then I had to expand it piece by piece up along the top here, and then I had to go underneath and build the underside as well. And I had to make sure I left a hollow room space. So what I actually did was I built, I don't know if you can see it, I tried to camouflage it pretty well, but I built the bottom part of the base here, and I built the bottom part of the island around that base. So it's not the prettiest, but I did what I could, and I'm quite happy with it. But really, thank you guys for watching Base Race, for enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a really good time building it, and I probably will be back in a future edition, not for March, because I do have some commitments to March already, both for work and for other things that will keep me from being able to participate. Unfortunately, I'm just not going to have the time to actually put into building something like this for March, but hopefully April. If not April, then May. We'll see. I do intend to come back at some point and do another one of these. We'll have to see too what the theme is. If it's a theme I really like, I'll definitely get in there. If it's one I'm not so hot on, maybe I'll be passing it up for a month here or there. But I enjoyed it. Thanks to the Mob Cave. You boys did a wonderful job with the whole scheduling of this and everything. I'm sorry that some of the stuff in the download didn't quite work out as well either. That was kind of a bummer, but we made everything right, and that's all that matters. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed taking a look at the build. It's a short tour, but a nice tour nonetheless, and well worth the time and effort I put into it. So until next time, I will see you in the future. That was kind of a redundant thing to say, wasn't it?